Hey everybody, it's your main man, the Sandman, here with the retrospective review of Sonic the Hedgehog Issue 2. Hopefully, Kamiguru will learn to leave my clothes alone.
Oh, come on.
No.
That shirt is entirely too small.
No. Leave it alone. Besides, I like this shirt. It has a cool army mustache.
Well, at least wear this button down to cover it up. You look so scrawny without it.
Let's move on to Issue 2. The cover of Issue 2 is actually pretty good. I really like this cover. Sonic on a one-night poster both makes sense and looks cool. Granted, it's not my idea of a perfect one-night poster, but the detail put into making it look gritty I actually like. I don't get why Robotnik is hanging out at the bottom of the page here advertising a spy agency. I guess without him it makes the cover look kind of plain, but it kind of doesn't make a lot of sense. Who wears a button stating that they're in a spy agency? Ah, whatever. The first page opens with Robotnik playing darts with a dartboard that has Sonic's face plastered onto it. Sheesh, how many different ways of venting frustration on a single person does Robotnik have? At least mix it up a little. Dartboard for Sonic, pinata for Tails, and meat grinder for grinding life-size dolls of Sally. Made of meat. Sonic the Hedgehog, you'll never survive my most latest ingenious plot. I smell a pattern here. Oh goody, Dr. Robotnik. I hope you'll help me destroy your nemesis. Hey, wait a second. Is that a recycle symbol? I'm going to assume that's something separate from the comic, encouraging people to recycle. But man, is that one an ironic place to put it. So Robotnik mentions how Catman has failed him at every turn, and then uses him as a target practice for his new Baddick, Coconuts. Is that a plant? Then Robotnik sends Coconuts, who most of you might remember from the adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, to kill Sonic. Don't come back until you've slaughtered Sonic the Hedgehog. Piece of cake. Coconut custard cake, that is. You get it? Because he uses coconuts. That explode! Get it? Yeah, I thought it was forced too. So then we cut to Sonic and Tails running in the... what is this? A beach? As an exploding coconut comes hurling towards them. A bomb! What kind of monkey business is this? That kind of monkey business. Look! They did not seriously just make that pun just now, did they? So they spot Coconuts in the tree throwing exploding bombs, and while Tails wants to chase after him, Sonic devises another plan to take him out. We're gonna play a different game, one I remember from my childhood. Monkey in the middle. Make a plot point based off a bad pun? Sure, why not? Soon. Where'd Sonic go? He must be so scared of me, he's shaking in his boots. Whoa, he's shaking alright, shaking this tree. Bad puns should help me keep balance! Puns! Why have you betrayed me? Nice of you to drop in. Dude, that's the oldest pun in history. So not being discouraged, Coconuts throws another bomb in Tails' direction. But with a smug grin as an indication, he's got something planned. He uses Tails to blow the coconut back towards Sonic. I know this for certain because Sonic makes the notes that actually say what happened so we aren't confused. Then two start passing it back and forth with Coconuts trying to get it back for some reason. Stop playing volleyball with my coconut! Dude! You threw a bomb at them and they started playing with it like morons. Doesn't that kind of work out for you? Also, that was a very suggestive sentence. So Sonic sends the bomb back in Coco's, yeah, I'm just gonna start calling him that from now on, direction, and we cut to Robotnik receiving a gift in his office. Robotnik opens it up only to find a mangled Coco asking for another chance. But two figures in the silhouette tell him that it's their turn, and end part 1. 6 pages in. You know what? I'm not ending the video here, but I think you guys deserve a break. I don't want to overwhelm you with information or anything. So I'll see you guys next time on the Sonic Retrospective, Issue 2, Part 2. Welcome back! So the next part begins with Robotnik slamming his fist on a... oh, you have got to be kidding me. Does Sonic have a whole closet of Sonic merchandise? Who's even producing this stuff? Him? So we get introduced to Scratch and Grounder, two characters from the cartoon, Avengers of Sonic the Hedgehog. Inspired by Batniks in the actual game, and according to the comic, they're a part of the Super Special Sonic Search and Smash Squad. The squad was later dispatched when drugs were found in the leader's dresser. So much chicken feed. So Robotnik sends them off to defeat Sonic. We'll show old Blubberbutt that I'm the best robot he ever built! You mean we? We! You should have thought of that before we left headquarters. Oh, no. So they consult a How to Track a Hedgehog book. Wow, Robotnik really didn't send these guys in prepared, did he? So it tells them to follow a deep trench left by a zooming Sonic. They find one immediately, and they start to follow it as Sonic and Tails watch. Wow, two more mechanical beasties. Good thing you left that false trail. Why did he leave a false trail? Yeah, for anybody dopey enough to buy that How to Track a Hedgehog book. Wait, I'm confused. Is he saying he's the one who wrote the book, or does he just know that it exists? Oh, forget it, whatever. So they follow the trail to the edge of a cliff, stopping to comment on how stupid Sonic must think they are. Only to have Sonic come up behind them and shear off the sheer cliff. And yes, they do make a pun about it. In fact, that is one of the two they were able to make in the span of these 4 panels. Impressive, huh? Go back to Flabotnik and tell him you lost big time. This game isn't over. Sonic the Hedgehog, come on down! Okay, that one was kind of funny. You make a dozen bad puns and jokes, and one of them is bound to hit. Yo, he shot a cable of Earth. Was that making fun of the fact that the comic has to explain everything? How is this happening? So the two actually managed to rope Sonic by his neck and pull him down. Ha! My plan worked perfectly! I will now subdue Sonic. Robotnik will honor me! You! And you can probably already tell where this is going. They start fighting. Scratch pecking at Grounder's head and Grounder blasting Scratch with tear gas, which somehow has the ability to affect the robots with the power of... because the writer said so. And they continue on until Sonic races in circles around them, making a trench, which then collapses, trapping the two in it, making a frump sound as it does. Because onomatopoeias can be whatever. With a quick taunt to Robotnik via telephone and an ending pun, Sonic dashes away, and that is the end of the first story. The second story, called Verto A Go-Go, begins with Sonic running around the forest collecting magic rings, when he finds an odd cluster of them all in one place. But once he tries to collect them, a spring catapults him into another zone entirely. Not exactly how I remember getting to the special zone, but whatever floats your boat. I'm being shot into the hole in the sky! Quick, flip the comic book or I'll hit you in the face! I still can't figure out what that means. I mean, does he want us to flip the whole comic book over, or turn the page? Well, that can't be, because the next panel is on the same page, and he's talking about how that was a close one. Like, I actually did something more than just look at the next panel. The joke doesn't work because the panels aren't in the right order. Sonic comes flying out of the portal, and there he meets Vertical and Horizontal. Wait, no. I mean, Vertical Cal and Horizontal Al. No, whatever. Both of these characters in control of the retrospective planes that they seem to own in this dimension. What follows next is a series of events that I find kind of hard to explain. Sonic is tossed around between portals, and based on their attitudes, I can't figure out if Cal and Al are just watching Sonic try to get a footing in their dimension, or if they're messing with him. It's trippy, to say the least. It all ends with Sonic being thrown out, and Antoine coming up to him. Ah, Sonic, there you are. I've been looking all over the forest for you. So what's up? No, what is the up? If you're gonna write a French character, do it right. So to this, Sonic begins to chase him. I'll teach you to vaguely mention the directional plane exists in front of me. And the story ends with Cal and Al asking the reader to send in more fan mail requesting that the two appear, if they ever want them to be seen again. So far, we've got one story that's a pun-filled, unfunny mess, and another story that's a pun-filled, unfunny mess that was entirely pointless. I mean, seriously, nothing gets done in this one. Sonic derps around another dimension for a minute or two and gets shot back out. The rest of the comics is just one-page stories that aren't really worth getting into. I'll admit, the one with Sonic and Sally stealing each other's pinups is kinda cute, but then we get another one featuring how Tails got his 2 tails. And oh yes, it's pun-filled too. And even the jokes that aren't puns aren't funny.
Are these puns supposed to be funny?
Such a thing exists? So that's the end of issue 2, and boy was it painful. I mean, sure, issue 1 wasn't great either. It had its fair share of lame jokes and puns, but God, this issue really lays them on thick. Not funny, not enjoyable. I don't even know what this is. These beginning issues were written by a man named Mike Gallagher, and if this trend continues, I may not have known what I've gotten myself into.